Okay, welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. My name is Mangg, and today we're playing a little bit of Dragon Ball Fighters Z something. I don't know. You know, I'm not the biggest fighting game fan. I have no interest in like competitive play whatsoever or anything like that. But sometimes if like the theme of the game interests me, I'll pick it up and I'll play like the single player stuff for a while. Like Injustice, I played for a good bit of time just so I could play as the Flash and do stuff. I'm not very good, but I have some fun, and then that's it. So I'm gonna get my ass handed to me this entire video, by the way, because I'm gonna be talking. But anyways, so this week on this channel, we of course had more God of War. We've got about 10 more videos of that or something like that, 8 more videos. We've got Final Fantasy VII, which is clipping along. I think there's probably like 8 more videos of that or something. And then we also uploaded the Godbound Primer videos. Which I enjoyed making. That's just kind of the thing I like doing. So yeah, I mean, not much else to say. I can talk for a number of hours about RPGs. That's pretty much it. So there's going to be more God of War and more Final Fantasy as we just clip along. I think Pillars of Eternity 2 comes out this week, but I'm not planning to let's play it. It's just not really a thing that I want to let's play. And then I don't know, there was some other big game coming out in May. I don't remember what it is, but if we have a gap between God of War and the next thing, that's where my my SWAT LP is going to come in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On the Exploring series, we had, well, nothing. There was just nothing this week. There was the God of War video from last week that I uploaded early. So I sort of broke with tradition there. But I worked on the video on Rohan. I'm pretty sure it's Rohan. And then, yeah, this next week I'll be working on the first video in Celtic mythology, which I still don't even know what it's going to be. But that should be pretty interesting, I think. And time keeps ticking on. It was a good week for the Exploring series, though. Plenty of new subs, plenty of views, good money. Can't complain. You know, if things keep on keeping on, which really there doesn't seem to be a reason why they wouldn't, Eventually I will pass up the Dice Tower in subscribers, which is pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Not that our channels are really anything comparable, but it's like, I don't know, I've been watching Dice Tower for quite a while, and it's, to pass up a channel that you've been a fan of, just kind of a weird thing. They could have a big surge, and that could be not true. I might not pass them up, but as it is, they don't exactly pick up that many subscribers per day, for whatever reason. They put out a metric ass load of videos, but that doesn't mean everything. They get a lot of views. Because if you look up a board game review on YouTube, you're probably looking at a Dice Tower video. But anyways.
Yes,
well, with a power level like he took a real whipping after
moving on.
Shall we get...
I had my first VR party yesterday. It wasn't really a party, I guess. It was just a couple hours. It was a little event. But I've never really shown off VR to any of my friends before. So, you know, it was good. It was good. You know, it was limited, and I don't have that many new things to show off because I haven't been super into VR that much. The only really big thing I've been playing has been Skyrim VR, which I did show off through them all. But, you know, Skyrim being this big epic RPG, it's something you really got to sort of get immersed in, and it's not a party game, so to speak. And I had some technical difficulties to start out with, so it could have gone better, but I think they all got a nice taste of VR. So yeah, that was good. Didn't play any board games this week. So yeah, not much to say, I guess. I guess we'll just move on to Sprawl. Okay, so Sprawl, we last left off with...
Be okay with this? You haven't forgotten what they did.
Oh, we last left off right before the parade. We had convinced the Mutoid men to go to the rallies of the current mayor, so that people would think that he's a big Mutoid lover. And in exchange, we allowed them to take up residence in the apartment complex, which has been the site of just a lot of fun times. I would not have expected that apartment complex to be so just go through so many different situations. But yeah, so we allowed them to take up residence there. And in the meantime, we were holding a parade where we were gonna just have this effigy of the current mayor in a cage in like a prison jumpsuit and just parade him down the street. And we were gonna have a big party at the pizzeria at the end.
Something serious. A fight without poses I could teach you, but poses aren't something you're taught. Well, you are fakes. So I said, whatever.
And so, yeah, so the parade went underway, and I decided it just was too dangerous for me to just be out there on a parade float and just waving hands and stuff. Like, it's just not good my life is potentially in danger. I don't even have like a Pope-mobile. This wasn't gonna be a good thing. So I decided, okay, I'll just be at the pizzeria at the end. And I'll glad hand at the end of it all in a more secure environment. But to just go through the parade, no, not a good idea. So they went in my stead. You know, overall, this has really been sort of a campaign where I don't do much. At least since I did the mayoral thing. I just have not been involved as much in anything, which, you know, I'm glad that they can sort of get their chance to shine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some shit again. So during the parade, they had a couple situations, I think. Some mutoid man was like under a sewer grate, and he had like some C4, and he was gonna blow up everything. But they managed to catch him in time and like drop the the manhole cover like on his face, and so nothing happened. They managed to get that in the nick of time. And then there was a big truck that was like broken down in the middle of the street, and so we would have had to like divert the whole parade to get around it because the guy was just not willing to move it. But I think they bribed him. They bribed him some money to move the truck, which like fucked up the undercarriage, and so he's probably gonna lose his job over it. But you know, they paid him off, so whatever. So the parade could continue, because if we had to go off the route of the parade, that would have been a lot of trouble. Who knows what would have happened? You know, there could have been other ambushes. I feel like parades are sort of meant to go on a, like, that's what we had the permit for. So it wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have been good. We could have stopped they could have stopped the parade, but that also would have been really shitty and dangerous. So no, they did the good call, and I was proud of them. So, which is rare. They didn't completely fuck up the parade. So my poll numbers went up. I think we supplied like rotten fruit for people to throw at the effigy of the current mayor. People love that shit. So I think time ticked on, and we were on our way to some other like rally or press conference. We were on our way to something, and this truck started just barreling towards us. Bill had like just a split second to move our truck out of the way, move our van out of the way. So the truck missed us and slammed into like this little cafe in a very obvious assassination attempt. And so I found like a the hell was that? I found like a Manderly business card in the rubble, just from like, you know, that it wasn't tied to the truck in any way. It was just somebody had a business card. I rolled really well, so I was allowed to find anything I wanted. So we left the business card like under the seat in the truck. which I don't know if that would really fool any detective, but okay, I wanted to do it. And so, you know, and I started like helping, like moving rubble and trying to help out in this horrible crash. You know, I got my sleeves rolled up, and so it's a good photo op. So really, it only, I think, helped me in the polls. And later on, the police sent me they sent me a letter or something like that that informed me of the status of the investigation into this truck, and that Manderley was under investigation. And so we had an intern like leak that info to one of the news agencies so that they could go into this whole thing about how Manderley is under investigation for a possible assassination attempt. Which, yeah, I mean, hey, even if it's not true, people will think it is. God damn Vegeta. How did that, what? Anyways. So that was good. We did have, the Mutoid men did come to rallies for Manderley, so that did work out. And there was like a, I don't know if it actually happened or if it was just an idea I suggested, but like tabloids having like front page news about Manderley's secret mutoid family and stuff. Yeah, funny things happening in it. You know, it's very non D&D stuff, and that's why it's great. Trying to think of anything else big that went down. Gosh, I don't know. Time flies, man. Especially when I'm just like not doing anything and just sitting on my phone and stuff. You really lose track of everything that happened. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that much went down. All right, so yes, we wanted to, you know, we're planning to release these photographs and this information about the current mayor and his affair with a prostitute a few days before the election. And so I wanted to sort of get ahead of it since I have the advantage here, and I want to have this prostitute locked down. You know, I want her on my side. I want her to be where, you know, they can't find her, they can't get to her, they can't, you know, try and change her tune or anything like that. I want to control this shit. So we need to have this girl in our custody, in our protection, if you will. So I tasked the boys with finding the prostitute and getting her into a hotel in New York and just having her contained. That was her job. It was just go do it. Because that's really what this is. This is their time to shine. It's not often that I'm so hands off that I don't have any, you know, ideas or anything like that provided for them. I just give them a task and watch them go. So yeah, I just told them, you know, find her, and I gave them the photograph, And so I think they went around to different prostitutes and showed the picture, and this led them to the leader of the Broadway Bitches, which is like the prostitution gang. And so I think they sort of saved her a little bit. You'd think the leader of the Broadway Bitches could handle herself, but she was being assailed by some brute. And so I think Thomas like choked him out or something like that. And Phil ran away. So the leader owed them a bit of a favor, and so they discussed this whole, the whole prostitution blackmail thing. And she told her where she's located. She was located up in like Albany or something, like, upstate. And so they went there.
Whoever created this has such
They had her
sensitive
phone number, so they called her on the phone, and they pretty much discussed the whole situation. They were pretty truthful about things, and they said that her life is potentially in danger. He'll do whatever it takes to keep his power. And so they just want her to come with us and be under protective custody for until election day.
Guess I'll give you a fright. There you are. There you are.
And yeah, so she agreed,
Guess I'll give you.
and she went
Guess I'll give you.
with him, which is good. And so they post her up in a nice hotel, and that's pretty much it. So finally things came down to the raid. Since I wanted to we wanted to clear out these mutoid men. I have no idea why politically the ramifications of this raid. I really have no idea, but all I knew was I wanted to be I wanted to be in a raid uniform, in a SWAT uniform, and I want to charge into this building with TV cameras watching, and I want to just slaughter all these mutoid men. That's all I wanted, and so that's what we did. We got SWAT uniforms. We got some of the Yankees with us, and we tipped off the news agencies that there's this SWAT raid going down, and so they were there when we went into the building, and we slaughtered them all. It was just a fucking butcher shop in there. We spared no mutoid, man, woman, child. We did get into a couple problems. One Yankee did die. Actually, I think two of them died. We took some bullets. Even I took a bullet. There were some tense moments, but yeah, we slaughtered every mutoid in there. I think maybe a couple of them fled, but that's all right, as long as the message is sent. And so it's like, yeah, I don't know who's gonna, if the police are gonna come out and deny this, that this ever happened, that this is not some sort of officially sanctioned raid, or if the PR is just going to be positive for this and be like, yeah, those mutoids were squatting in there and they took care of, yeah, go NYPD, go SWAT. Whatever, and then they'll just be like, yeah, we did it, yeah, if they'll just pretend that it was all kosher, but internally they'll be like, what the fuck happened? I have no idea. I just wanted it to play out like that, and that's how it played out. I haven't been hands-on really at all. I haven't done much. I haven't had a gun in like 4 sessions, so I wanted to just shoot them up and do it my way, and we did, and it was glorious. There's gonna need to be some extensive cleaning crews, clean up all the blood in that place. Yeah, so that was good. So yeah, that was pretty much the session. There was not a whole lot to say. You know, it's not like the most epic, exciting campaign we've ever done. Like, it's not. There's a lot of, like, political maneuvering and just sort of behind the scenes, almost like, you know, paperwork and things like that. Like, it's really not, like, oh my gosh, so exciting. But I think it will be one of our most memorable campaigns, just because this is really unique stuff that does not happen that often. And so for that reason, I'm glad that I decided to announce my candidacy for mayor. So yeah, next session is very most likely our last. You know, we have the couple weeks running up to the election, which not a lot is going to happen. It's all pretty much done. Really, the only big thing is leaking this whole prostitution thing. Then there's election day, and really I'll either be assassinated or I'm gonna win the election. That's all it comes down to. We have a couple of tricks up our sleeves for election day, like, you know, having free buses in like democratic areas to have free conveyance to the voting centers, to the booths. But really, we're just gonna like drive those buses off the docks into the ocean, and we're gonna have a lot of all the Yankees are gonna be at the voting areas with their baseball bats and stuff, and big like shirts and hats that say, you know, vote for Rufus Wise, and they'll just be sort of like gripping their bats. It's funny stuff. I'm glad we did this. So yeah, you know, if I die, that's the end of it. If I win the election, great. That's really a great finish. The last thing that we're gonna do in my mind is, once I win the election, I'm going to go to Thomas, and I'm gonna say I have one more person I need you to take care of, and I'm gonna hand him a piece of paper with Phil's character name on it, because at one point Phil said, like during some moment or something like that, he's like, he was discussing like my characters that I play and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, usually, you know, Gug comes in, he's like real serious and he takes care of things, but you're like weak Gug. And so in a very meta moment, this is what he gets for calling me weak Gug. But overall, I mean, this is like the longest we've ever gone with no player character dying. It's been insane. Largely because we haven't been doing that much crazy shit. Like, we're not doing heists, and we're not going to space, you know, nothing real insane. We're not taking out gangs, but yeah, pretty impressive. So then after the end of that, we will start up Godbound. We're gonna do character generation for my one shot, which will probably be a two shot. We'll see. It depends on what they do. That should be a lot of fun. Just character creation is gonna be a lot of fun, just to see what they come up with. And then after I do my thing, I'm pretty sure Ziggy's probably gonna want to run it himself. Maybe there'll be a little break, but I don't know. And that's pretty much that. Not a whole lot else to say. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll end it here. I don't know what else to say. Let me see. Let's see what games are coming out in May. Major releases. That's all I care about. Are you gonna? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, there's Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, State of Decay 2. That was it. Yeah, May 18th. Okay, I could LP that. Yeah, that'll probably be our next one. I think there might be a little bit of overlap with God of War and that. I don't think I'll quite have God of War all uploaded before May 18th. But yeah, that should probably be pretty fun. Oh, but then also Detroit Become Human comes out a week later. Ooh. Which one would I rather LP? I don't know. I feel like State of Decay 2 is probably more open-ended. I don't know if that makes for a better LP or not. Detroit Become Human's probably pretty scripted. But I feel like there's just probably some amusing sequences in that game. I'm hoping. I don't know. I guess I'll leave it to you guys if anyone wants to comment between State of Decay 2 and Detroit Become Human. Yeah, I really don't know. I can't decide. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But all right, I'll leave it off here. Not much else to say. So check out video on Rohan tomorrow. Some more God of War, some more Final Fantasy VII. Hopefully next week I have some more things to say about Sprawl and Godbound. Exciting stuff. But for now, my name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. I'll see you fine folks next week.